Hello patrons, and welcome to the video for Technically March. Technically March releasing April 2nd, but not releasing April 2nd, releasing April 3rd or 4th. I don't know. I'm just going to get this out as soon as I can. You probably are already aware, but we're in Japan, and that's exciting. It's the next morning since we got in, which means I've had time to sleep and shower. Showering was more important than sleeping.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
like honestly, like you get to a certain point and you've been traveling for almost 30 hours. You've been awake for longer, and you just are done. You have to get clean. But now I'm clean and I'm somewhat rested, so I'm gonna go over this. This is gonna be a pretty short month. Compared to last month. Last month is huge. I highly recommend you watch last month's video if you missed it, or if you're new and you are like, I'll start with this one. You can start with this one, but there's going to be information in the last one that's probably more fleshed out, so I'd recommend checking that one out. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is last month I said that I would give the full roster reveal for the Mario Party Let's Play that we did, and I'm going to do that. So we did 8 episodes. We did one for each board. We didn't cover any of the extra stuff. Mal, I didn't know. Do you even know that there's extra stuff? No, she didn't even know. There's some extra stuff, but we're not covering that. We just did the boards. We did an episode with Alex and Haley.
Do you want controversial opinions right now?
No.
Many controversial opinions. I'm sure you're not filming anything.
What about Mario Party 1? No one has controversial opinions about Mario Party 1. It's not.
It should have more bleeding.
It should. Rated T for blood. Alex and Haley, Josh and Tyler, and all of these have Mao in them. It's me and Mao, unless I list 3 people, in which case Mao's not in it. So Alex and Haley, Josh and Tyler, Alex, Dan, and Nick, Chaz, Jeff, and Paul, William and Roland, my parents, and that's going to be an interesting one. My mom grabbed the analog stick of the N64 controller with her thumb and forefinger, and I was like, "No, you're gonna have a bad time if you try and do that." They had a bad time regardless. A fun time, but with the controls. My dad did okay. Dan and Lindsay. And if you're keeping track, I'm actually listing them out in the order that the worlds are, and you may have put together that Dan and Lindsay.
Boards.
Huh?
The boards.
Yeah, the boards. That Dan and Lindsay got stuck on the Bowser world, and that was
Yeah, thanks for that.
no problem. It was kind of a sad thing, because I don't know if Lindsay's played. She had played Mario Party. I don't think she had played the first one, but your very first experience with Mario Party should never be Bowser's Magma Mountain or whatever it's called. It's, oh god, I felt bad, but that one's happening. And then the last episode is with the Runaway Guys, because I had recorded that a while back. So they were recorded all out of order.
First one was recorded.
The first one, in fact,
The first one we recorded is the second one.
yeah, I know I have the mic on, so you won't be able to hear them out very well. But the first one we recorded was Josh and Tyler's, which is the second episode. And we recorded that over a year ago. So it's taken a year to put together the whole Let's Play, but that'll be coming out at some point this year. We don't really have a date for it, but once we get everything all set, we'll start releasing it. We did our Puyo Tetris stream. That went really well. And honestly, it's a reminder that we can just do gaming streams in the living room, which is nice. Eventually, I do want to move things into the office and use like the headsets and stuff, but we can do stuff in the living room. And then there's a little sub note. I didn't write this down, but we finally fixed a lot of the problems that we were having related to the stream box, because we were having some extreme issues. Like every morning we did breakfast stream, like I had to restart OBS like 5 times or more, and Chaz helped me work through it, and we eventually, right now, knock on wood or whatever material IKEA uses for tables, things are actually functional, and that's exciting. Other things that happened in March. We got the new vlog camera. I've been experimenting a lot. You've probably noticed changes between 24 frames a second and 30 back and forth, because it wasn't like I just tried 24 for a while and then I was like, okay, 30. I actually jumped back and forth. And I think that we're probably going to stick with 30. If I had a more capable camera that handled 24 a little bit differently, I might shoot 24. I really love the look. It's just a stylistic choice. But I think for now we're probably going to stick with 30. And I've also been playing with color a lot.
You're finally filming in color? The vlog, your stuff's not going to be black and white anymore?
I know. We decided that for the 10th year of the vlog, we'd finally introduce color.
When are you going to add sound?
We're going to wait another year on that.
For the talkie.
We're going to wait another year on color.
You get a talkie.
Technicolor.
I don't know. I don't know if this will mean anything to folks. Maybe a very small amount of you, but I've been playing with different colors on the camera because there's all these different profiles. And like on the past cameras we've used, there's no profiles. It's just you hit record, and that's you have one option. And on this one, you have a lot of options, and within those options, you can tweak everything. So there's been a lot of experimentation to decide, exactly what I want to do. But as much as I like to grade the footage, I want to try and keep that as minimal as possible because I'm busy doing other stuff. And like the first day of the trip, like April 1st, I shot in Cine 4, which it's not completely flat, but it's a little flat, so it needs some grading. And I was trying to do it on the plane, and I was like, this is a mistake. So now I've switched over to a format that's like saturated and is mostly done in camera, so I don't have to do a whole lot of work in post. Because I don't want the Japan vlogs to take forever to edit. It's probably obvious, but these aren't going to be out while we're in Japan. I'm going to put out what I can, but we're already running into some problems, and I'll talk about those in a minute and why the Japan vlogs are going to be slightly delayed. The other thing that happened is I turned 30. Yay!
You're old.
I'm old. I'm 30 now. Dan, you're going to be 30 like in how many days?
Like 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah. And I skipped a day in the last week.
You skipped a day?
Yeah, well, I mean, because we technically lost.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah.
So I'm getting older faster.
At this rate, you're going to age an extra year. So yeah, that was all the stuff that happened in March. Things are happening in April. Japan. It's probably obvious. One of the things that's really cool about this trip, as compared to the last trip, is for one, it's a different group of people. It's people that are probably
That you hate more.
that I hate so much. It's people that are more familiar with, that the audience is more familiar with.
There's only one mirror in this place, so.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
All right, we're
Here, let
good.
me cover my face so the face detection works
All
on
right,
your. There you
great.
go.
We're looking all right. I'm gonna put my hair up anyway, though. Thanks.
No problem. So it's a different group. This is essentially a very core like Steven and Friends group. So basically, if you watch a Steven and Friends group, it's
Thomas.
Oh yeah, Matt was like, poor Thomas. No, we're missing some people.
Thomas.
We're missing Thomas and Paul and Emmy, but it's a lot of us. The other thing that's really exciting for me is that we have multiple cameras. So I have this camera. We also brought the other cameras, the LX10 and the ZS100. Mal's going to be doing photography. She misses taking photos, so she's going to use one of them to take pictures.
I'm using the ZS, right?
Yeah, you're using the ZS100. We also have the LX10 in case someone wants to borrow that and use that. Jeff just got a camera. He got the XT3, and he's already like shooting stuff. He has recorded so much footage, and that's helpful. The only problem is the XT3 shoots in H.265, and my MacBook can't play that. It's not that it's not capable of it. It's that I haven't updated macOS or Final Cut or Compressor, any of these things, in like 2 years. And all of the updates that allow you to do these things, I don't have. So if I want to edit this stuff while I'm here, I have to update macOS, which I should do anyway, but there's no hope of me getting anything out if I don't do that. Because I've had one H.265 clip before, and the only way I could edit it was to put it on Mal's computer
Who's as updated?
because Mal's computer's updated, convert it to something I could edit, and then send it back to my computer. So since I don't have that luxury here, if I want to have any hope of releasing current vlogs at all in the next 2 weeks, I have to update the computer. And the reason I wasn't doing it for the longest time was like I wanted Fallout to be done because I wanted everything to be okay. But the truth is, it's fine. It'll be fine. It's not going to make things blow up. Probably. If I regret this later, then whatever. It'll be fine. Other things happening in April. Once we're back from Japan, we're only going to be home a few days. I mentioned this last month, but Mao is going to be going to Wisconsin because her grandmother is turning 90. Specifically, we wanted to know what are some questions you would want to know from a 90-year-old. Mao and Carly want to do... I mean, we haven't asked your grandmother, so she might just be like, no, in which case this won't happen. But they'd really like to do like just like a tiny little mini interview with her because 90...
3 or 4 questions.
Yeah, just a few questions. Because like turning 90 is a big deal, and it'd be cool to get some of that wisdom from someone who's lived on this earth for 9 decades. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, let us know, and we'll pass that along. And assuming that she's fine with it, I can't imagine why she wouldn't be, but I also don't want to be like say this is 100% happening. They'll ask her some questions. I'm going to be home. I'm not going up to Wisconsin for that because there's still too many other things going on.
You're going to let Mal take the A6400 and the mic and the tripod and do it.
They probably, I don't know if they heard that, but Mal said that she would just take all of this stuff. You've got other cameras to take.
You've got other cameras to keep when you're home doing nothing.
What? She'll have a camera. It'll be fine. So yeah, that's happening. Think of questions you've always wanted to ask a 90-year-old. And if you have like a book of them, then that's great. I'm very confused why you would have a book of questions I'd really like to ask a 90-year-old someday. But that's a time that that would come in handy. And then finally, what's happening in April? We're going to be doing some hunting. A very special type of hunting, which I will explain in a minute. It's not a fun type of hunting, but
Animals.
yeah, there are no animals involved.
Wild boar?
Wild boar.
Animal.
That's an animal. That's everything happening in April. All right, so things in the future. Runaway Guys Coliseum is in May. First week in May, and we still don't have any new information. I'm kind of blown away that we haven't released any information. It's been a month, and you guys should have had new information. Not from us, just from like, what the crap is that?
Please. He was telling people in the crosswalk to stop.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm leaving that in. Japan. Yeah, there should have been new information about this. The fact that the event is literally a month away and there is no announcement about it is bewildering. That's not my call to make, but I am slightly concerned about that. But trust me, this event is real and is happening in early May, and there's some really cool stuff about it. Like the venue is really neat, and I want to tell you about it, but I don't want to be the one to break this news, so I'm waiting for them to release stuff about it. But I can't say anything yet, but it's cool, and I can't wait to tell you. Also mentioned it last month, but Jepsen might visit. He's not 100% on that because there's some other things going on, but assuming he can, he will. And then also China in September. Again, I am not going to go like into super big depth about all this stuff. Watch the last month's video where we talk about that a little bit more in detail, but we're going with Mark and Rhonda to China in September, and that'll be exciting. And now finally for the big news of this video, and it's Dan's got that drum roll. It's not great news. It's bad news. It's Dan's like, oh wait, reverse drum roll. We're moving, and you might be saying, well, that sounds like it'd be good news, right? No, not in this case. We have been on a month-to-month lease with our landlord for some time, and she has every legal right to, out of the blue, send us a message and say, I want to move back in. You have to move out. And she did. And that's kind of sucked. So we live, in her house, and she's moved around quite a bit. She moved to Florida for a long time. I mean, it hasn't been that long, but a little bit. And then she has come back up into Myrtle Beach, and now she has a job in Myrtle Beach, and she's like, okay, I want my house back. And she gave us extra notice. You only have to give someone 30 days notice because we're in South Carolina. And she gave us more than that, so I appreciate it. But we have to be out before May is over. And that's stressful because we are not ready to buy a house. That's like the goal. But I don't see that happening. I mean, we're going to talk to banks and see if we can swing that. That'd be cool, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Rentals are hard in our area.
And rentals in our area they're gone like that. So
Because everything's for tourists.
Because everything's for tourists. So I don't really know what's going to happen. And the thing is, we got this news literally the day before we left for Japan. So Mao's anxiety was sky high.
Sleep Sunday night before.
Yeah, Mao didn't sleep the night before we left for Japan because she was just so worried. She's like, "Holy crap, we are going to be gone for 2 weeks, and then we have to come back, and we have to find a place to." And then you're going to be gone, and then we have Coliseum. All this stuff's happening, and in the midst of all of this, we have to find a new place to live, and that's not ideal, but we'll do it. And whatever we move into, there's a good chance it would be very, very much like a temporary thing. Like we may not have any choice but to move into something smaller than we're in, and put lots of stuff in storage or something. I don't know. The hardest thing is making sure we have a spot where Mao can work, because Mao needs that room. Like I can get by on a very small amount of space. It doesn't take me a lot, as long as I have a desk. If I have a desk, I can record stuff. But I mean, the other flip side of that is like we may have to wind up in an apartment again, and that's not good. So this is the big news for this video, and we'll be talking about it. I don't even know if we're going to talk about it in April on the vlog. We probably won't mention it until we're like finding a place and it's starting to happen or whatever in May. But now you guys know, and it's it's crappy, and again, she can do this. She can just say, hey, I want my house back, but it's like I really wasn't planning on that. Really, I did not think that was going to be what happened, and to have to work around that is not great. Anyway, so that's the Patreon video. Let me wrap it up on something a little lighter, which is just kind of showing you around here a little bit, because eventually, make sure I get this. Yeah, eventually the vlogs are going to be out, and you'll see this, but since I'm going to get this out ahead of time so you guys can see everything early, I can show you around just a little bit. So it's a very interesting place. It's a 5-story building, and where we're staying is a Airbnb rental that's floors 3, 4, and 5. So this is the 4th floor. This is like the middle. So we've got like, that's gonna have to be stopped down wildly. So we got a nice little window here. This is the living area. You can kind of see that.
We got our couch though, so we own the exact same IKEA couch, so it's like we never left.
This is
Yeah,
Chaz and Jeff's table.
Different color though.
This is like basically almost the exact same dining table that we have.
It's the same
But
one Chaz and Jeff have.
Oh, really?
You can travel across the world and IKEA is always there for you, baby.
There's a little kitchen area.
I love the kitchen. Do you
I'm
see
so
how the
into
dish
it.
rack is above the whole sink so it can just drip dry? And you can just store your dishes
Oh,
there.
that's smart. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Dish rack is
I like this little
this little thing.
cabinet.
The pass-through.
So this is floor 4, and
Alex
there's
and Haley are staying on this floor.
Yeah, Alex-
there's one bedroom here.
Alex. we're all on the floor in here.
No, on this floor.
Yeah, there's one bedroom here on this floor, and then
There's a half bath.
there's a half bath. So like The thing online was like, sleeps 1,000 people.
Well,
does.
it could.
It could, but there's only 2 toilets, which is actually a lot because a lot of the places.
Second one?
Yeah.
Where is
Yeah,
it?
it's
You didn't know there's a second toilet?
it's downstairs next to the shower. Under,
Oh, I haven't even looked at the shower yet.
There's only one
I'm
shower.
a filthy animal, so.
There's only one shower.
The Airbnb maximum was 12, but on the company's Japanese website, it actually says up to 16.
Yeah, that seems
Pulls out.
Yeah.
16 people seems pretty cramped. You could do it.
Technically,
You could
yes.
do it. I think the bottleneck would be the shower. Like 16 people in one shower is like
well, there's
Go to the-
also
go to the
a
central.
cot downstairs,
Yeah.
or 2 cots downstairs.
yeah. Oh, actually, there's also
Public bathhouse.
a public bathhouse. It's
3 blocks.
yeah somewhere. So I guess you could do that too. But yeah. So that's a little brief tour. When we only just got in last night, so we got to go do some exploring and check everything out. But I'm excited, and the cherry blossoms are out. In fact,
This one across the
there's
street.
one. Yeah, I was gonna say you can see one from here. Let me. There we go. Yeah. It's let me change that focus so you can see the tree better. There we are. So it's exciting. We're gonna go take care of all that. Look at all that stuff. Chaz and Jeff
Went out.
already went out because they were up super early and they wanted to go explore. But we're gonna catch up with them soon and get today's vlog started. Anyway, so that's it. Thank you guys, obviously, so much for the continued support. Just bear with us the best you can as we try and get stuff done and out. And this next month is going to be bad. But we're going to try to not let it affect Japan. We're going to have fun. We're going to do stuff. And when we get back, we're going to have to find a new place to live and move 3,000 video games.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
maybe you'll find something a lot bigger, and then, hey, guess what? A better place.
Maybe. It's not impossible.
It's on the up and up. You know?
Yeah, we're going to remain optimistic. It'll be fine. Thanks for watching, and as always, leave questions, comments, questions for 90-year-old women in the Patreon post, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Have a good month.